Welcome to my public awareness talk series. This presentation is on breast cancer. Breast cancer is a leading cancer in women and is the second leading cause of cancer death. Cases are on rise, especially in younger women of less than 50 years. Although breast cancer cannot be prevented, focusing on avoidable risk factors, we can do some justice. Worse come to worse, if it can't be prevented, doesn't matter. If at least it can be picked up in the very early stages with regular screening test followed by initiation of early treatment, we can expect excellent results and quality life. Keeping this in view, breast cancer awareness programs are conducted all over the world every year in the month of October. October month is dedicated for campaigning awareness about breast cancer, and it is designated as Breast Cancer Awareness Month BCAM. Pink ribbon is the international symbol of breast cancer awareness program. The main aim of this awareness program is to educate the public about the causes, predisposing risk factors, possible preventive lifestyle measures, and to encourage women to undergo screening tests, early diagnostic tests, treatment and follow-up regularly, and also to raise the fund for research program and to support those who are in need. Apart from honoring the survivors and remembering those who have lost their lives to the disease. All over the world, many events like walks, running, cycling, motorbike rally are carried out, and all landmark buildings will be lit in pink color to support the cause. Important facts about breast cancer are: it is the commonest cancer in women, accounting for 25% of total cancer cases in women. 20% of the cancer death is due to breast cancer, which is the second leading cause of cancer death in women. Incidence of breast cancer is increasing more so in women of less than 50 years. Lifetime risk of breast cancer is 1 in 8. Breast cancer is preventable to some extent. Regular screening test helps in picking up the disease in very early stages, and other important thing is treatment given in the early stage gives an excellent outcome. Here is a graph showing increase in survival rate of treated breast cancer cases, emphasizing the importance of regular screening, early diagnosis, and early treatment. Let's have a brief understanding of normal breast, which is a skin appendage, a modified sweat gland, which is a prized possession of a lady with unique structure and function, having a responsible and significant job during lactation, and has a unique prolonged phase of development and maturation. As you can see in the picture, breast is made up of connective tissue and glandular tissue. Connective tissue accounts for 90% of its volume, which includes areolar and adipose tissue, while glandular tissue accounts for only 10%, and it includes lactiferous glands and ducts. Breast has unique feature of undergoing maturation in 4 stages. First, during intrauterine life, then during adolescence, followed by in pregnancy, and complete maturation is said to happen during lactation, thereby exposing the immature cells for such a long time to the risk factors which can trigger cancerous changes. Here is a picture showing the difference between the normal cells and the cancerous cells. Cancer cells are characterized by abnormal, uncontrolled, uncoordinated, autonomous, purposeless multiplication of the cells. Cancerous cells have variation in size, shape, and nucleus will be larger and darker than normal, and there will be abnormal number of chromosomes arranged in a disorganized fashion. There will be a cluster of cells without any boundary. These are some of the pictures of breast cancer cases wherein you find the retraction of the nipple, skin changes, puckering, and edematous look called pudgy orange appearance. The exact cause of breast cancer is not known. However, we have a list of predisposing factors for breast cancer. Interesting fact is that only in 30 to 40% of the cases we are able to identify the risk or predisposing factors, whereas in 60 to 70% of the cases no risk factors are identified. Risk factors can be classified as avoidable risk factors and unavoidable risk factors. Unavoidable risk factors are age, geography and race, genetic and family history, and previous benign conditions. Breast cancer is common in perimenopausal age group, that is 50 to 60 years. In US, median age of diagnosis is 62 years and 80% of the cases are seen in women who are above 50 years of age. Less than 5% of the cases are seen in less than 40 years. Whereas in India, median age is 50 years and nearly 48% of the cases are seen in less than 50 years of age. Higher the age at which the diagnosis is made, greater the chance of malignancy. Coming to geography and race, white Americans and Europeans are at higher risk for breast cancer by 4 to 5 times, and in Hispanic and African Americans, it is seen in women of younger age group. Family history or genetic history of breast cancer is not seen in 85% of the breast cancer cases. Inherited breast cancer accounts for 5 to 10% of the cases and is due to mutations in BRCA1 or 2 genes. There is 2 to 6-fold increased risk of breast cancer if mother or sister had breast cancer in the premenopausal age. Risk increases if there is a family history of ovarian cancer, colon cancer, and if many genetically related members are affected. Risk of breast cancer in the other breast is 50% if the contralateral breast is cancerous. History of previous benign breast conditions like fibrocystic diseases of proliferative type with atypia and high-density breasts are at risk for breast cancer. Early menarche and late menopause increases the duration for which the body is exposed to hormones and hence carry the risk of breast cancer. Coming to the avoidable risk factors, which includes diet, environmental factors, reproductive history, and history of intake of hormones. People who consume high-calorie diet, which is rich in fat, are alcoholic, smokers, those who are exposed to radiation, and those who have not gone through pregnancy, or those with late childbirth and who have not breastfed, those who are taking birth control pills and hormone replacement therapy for many years are at risk for breast cancer. Some unproven risk factors include deodorants, chemicals, preservatives, cell phones, augmented breasts, and stress. But bottom line remains that a risk factor may not be there in all cases. The most crucial question that is asked is, how do we suspect breast cancer? Breast cancer can be suspected with screening tests, which include self-examination of the breast, which can be done every month from the age of 20 years, and ideal time for self-examination of breast is after periods while taking bath, examining left breast with the right hand and the right breast with the left hand from center to periphery in a circular movement. But finger examination may not be sensitive enough to pick the lump, which is less than 1 centimeter, and there is a high chance of missing it if it is very small. It is also said that cancerous changes are in process for 2 to 5 years before it can be felt. Thus, sonomammogram and mammogram are more valued. Sonomammogram is a popular screening method in 40s and should be adopted by all women from the age of 40 years every year. Mammogram is the most sensitive screening test and it should be done every year from the age of 50 years, and this can pick up the lump as small as 1 millimeter. Mammogram can detect breast cancer at least 2 years before it is palpable. MRI is the most sensitive modality, but it is not cost effective. Age at which the screening test is started and the frequency in which it has to be done can be tailored according to the associated risk factors. Screening after the age of 70 years is individualized. Let's try to understand the symptoms and signs of breast cancer. For some reason, cancer is more common in left breast compared to right and is seen in both the breast in 4% of the cases. Upper outer quadrant is affected in 50% of the cases. There may be no symptoms and the disease is picked up only on routine examination. Symptoms include breast lump, which is the commonest symptom seen in 65% of the cases. Other symptoms includes change in the size of the breast, dimpling, puckering, nipple discharge, nipple retraction or inversion, pain in the breast, skin changes, swelling in the axilla. Although the presence of the lump is detected by the patient or a doctor or scan or mammogram, confirmation is always 100% by biopsy. 15 to 25% of the lesions believed to be benign will be proven malignant on biopsy. 30 to 40% of the lesions believed to be malignant will be proven benign on biopsy. Biopsy will also tell us about the type of breast cancer. There are different types of biopsy like fine needle aspiration biopsy, core biopsy, excision biopsy. Early diagnosis of breast cancer is made by triple technique, which includes palpation, mammogram, and fine needle aspiration biopsy. Severity or extent of breast cancer is known by staging. Various tests including bone scan, CT scan of the abdomen, pelvis and chest along with blood tests are done to know the extent and the spread of the disease. There are 5 stages of breast cancer, 0 to 4. Parameters like size of the tumor, involvement of the lymph nodes and spread to the other organs are considered in staging the disease. In general, stage 0 is the least and stage 4 is the most severe form of breast cancer. Stage 0, otherwise called carcinoma in situ, here the disease is confined to the lining of ducts, whereas in stage 1, the disease is within the breast tissue and has not spread beyond the breast, whereas in stage 4, the disease has spread to the distant organs like liver, bone, etc. Infiltrating duct carcinoma is the commonest type of breast cancer and accounts for 80 to 90% of the cases. Lobular carcinoma accounts for the rest 10% and connective tissue carcinoma less than 10%. There are many other varieties like Paget's, medullary and colloid, etc. Once the diagnosis is made, there should be no delay in the initiation of treatment, and the 5 standard modes of treatment used in varied combinations are surgery, radiation, hormonal therapy, chemotherapy, targeted therapy, and most appropriate one will be decided by the treating team of doctors. Response to the treatment is determined in terms of survival rate, which is inversely proportional to the stage of the disease. Overall 5-year survival rate is 90%. It's almost 100% for stage 0. For stage 1, survival rate is 98 to 100%, stage 2, 87%, stage 3, 61%, and stage 4, 20%. This is as per American Cancer Society. In India, 60% of the breast cancer cases are detected in very advanced stage 4 due to lack of awareness, whereas in US, 62% of the cases are detected in early stage and is due to meticulous screening, early diagnosis and treatment. After the treatment, follow-up is must as the disease can recur. Recurrence is common in the first 2 years and in those with a family history of colorectal, ovarian or uterine cancer. During follow-up, detailed history, examination, blood tests, tumor markers, chest X-ray, scan, mammogram are done initially more frequently and then yearly. Follow-up is must throughout life. During the follow-up, one should not forget to screen for other associated cancers like cancer of the colon, ovary, uterus. Now it is time to discuss the myths and facts about breast cancer. There is a general phobia or myth that all lumps are cancerous, but in reality, 9 out of 10 lumps are non-cancerous. In other words, 1 out of 10 could be cancerous. Secondly, it is a popular belief that big breasts are at risk for cancer while small breasts are exempted, which is not so. It can happen in any size. Only thing is that if it is big, possibility of missing the cancer lump is higher. But definitely not that the big breasts are associated with higher cancer risk. There is a general opinion that cancer means end of life or death, which is not true. If it is picked up in the early stages and early initiation of treatment can lead to quality life. Wearing underwire bra or using deodorants will not cause breast cancer. There is a false belief that there is no chance to get breast cancer if it is not in the family, which is not true. Only in 5 to 10% of the cases there is a family history of breast cancer, and men can also get breast cancer. People get scared to get mammogram done as they think that mammogram can induce breast cancer, and the other extreme, people think that once a mammogram is done, you will never get breast cancer or mammogram is supposed to prevent the breast cancer. All nothing but a myth, and now all of you know that mammogram is done to screen the breast cancer. Breast implants are not proven to be at risk for cancer, and breast cancer is not contagious. It is not that if you are less than 40 years, you will not get breast cancer. 20% of the breast cancer is seen in women of less than 40 years. It is not that if you go through pregnancy and breastfeeding, you will never get breast cancer, although the risk is less. People do think that they never get breast cancer if they have no risk factors. But we have learned already that risk factors are not seen in 60 to 70% of the cases. Screening methods are not for prevention of breast cancer, but to pick up the disease in the very early stage so that the treatment can be initiated in order to have a better survival rate. Pre-malignant conditions of the breast include atypical ductal hyperplasia, atypical lobular hyperplasia, flat epithelial atypia, lobular carcinoma in situ, proliferative fibrocystic disease with atypia. All these can be detected only on biopsy and histopathological examination. So, when the biopsy of the lump is done, if the report says any of the above, it is better to go for detailed evaluation and excision. Next, a brief information about breast cancer in men. Lifetime risk of breast cancer in men is 1 in 1,000, whereas in women it is 1 in 8. About 1 out of every 1,000 breast cancer cases diagnosed in United States is found in man. It is commonly seen after the age of 60 years. Known risk factors are genetic factors, Klinefelter syndrome, liver diseases, alcoholics, tobacco addiction, and those who are on some hormonal therapy. Third week of October is dedicated for male breast cancer awareness. A small note about breast cancer and pregnancy. Pregnancy-associated breast cancer is something which is diagnosed during pregnancy or within 1 year of delivery. It is seen in 1 in 3,000 pregnant women. Treatment depends on the stage of cancer and duration of pregnancy and desire to keep the baby. Chances of pregnancy after treatment is less than 10%. However, they can definitely plan for pregnancy after 2 to 5 years of treatment. It is very important to evaluate any lump during lactation because usually any lump during lactation is considered to be related to milk production. However, 3% of breast cancer are detected during lactation. It is definitely fearful for any lady when she is diagnosed to have breast cancer, but if they follow the treatment protocol religiously, they can celebrate the victory over breast cancer. Here is a slide showing some of the celebrities who won the breast cancer: Angelina Jolie, Jacqueline Smith, Tahira Kashyap, and many more. So, take-home message would be: number 1, say no to avoidable risk factors and hence contribute towards prevention. For example, adopt healthy eating habits like include lot of colored fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and say no to junk food with preservatives. Regularly exercise at least 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week. Stop smoking and alcohol and tobacco consumption, and avoid radiation exposure and intake of hormones. Don't delay pregnancy, childbirth, and entertain breastfeeding. Number 2, promote triple assessment, which includes palpation, mammogram, FNAC, and early treatment and follow-up, thereby contribute towards defeating breast cancer. In general, self-examination of the breast to be started from the age of 20 years every month. Sonomammogram should be started from the age of 40 years every year. Mammogram to be started from the age of 50 years every 1 to 3 years. Number 3, encourage the survivors and honor them. Number 4, remember those who have lost their lives, thereby respecting their heroism. Thank you very much for your patient listening.